NBA Showdown, Spurs versus Pelicans, game preview. What's up, basketball fans? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we've got an intriguing Western Conference matchup as the San Antonio Spurs head to New Orleans to face the Pelicans. This is a tale of two teams heading in completely opposite directions, and with key stars sitting out on both sides, this game just got a whole lot more interesting. Let's break down everything you need to know about this Monday night clash. First, let's talk about where these teams stand. The Spurs are rolling at 15-7, sitting pretty in the Western Conference playoff picture. They've been one of the surprise stories of the season, proving they're legit contenders in a stacked conference. On the flip side, New Orleans is struggling badly. The Pelicans have stumbled to a 3-21 record and are currently riding a 6-game losing streak. It's been a nightmare season in the Big Easy, and things aren't getting any easier with the injury bug absolutely devastating their roster. The betting line reflects this disparity. San Antonio comes in as a 9.5-point road favorite, which is substantial but understandable, given the current state of both teams. The over-under is set at 238.5 points, suggesting we might see a moderately paced game tonight. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Both teams are dealing with significant injury concerns that will shape how this game unfolds. For San Antonio, the big question mark is Victor Wembanyama. The Phenom is out with a calf injury, which is a massive blow for the Spurs. Wemby has been absolutely sensational this season, dominating on both ends of the floor. His absence means San Antonio will need to lean heavily on their depth and role players to step up. Additionally, Stephen Castle is questionable with a hip issue, so keep an eye on his status before tip-off. But if you think that's bad, wait until you hear about New Orleans. The Pelicans are absolutely decimated by injuries. Zion Williamson is out with an adductor injury, continuing his frustrating pattern of being sidelined. DeJounte Murray, their key offseason acquisition, is out with an Achilles issue. Jordan Poole is also unavailable due to a quad injury, and Herbert Jones, one of their best two-way players, is questionable with a calf problem. This injury situation explains a lot about why New Orleans has struggled so dramatically this season. You simply cannot compete in the NBA when your entire core is watching from the sidelines. So what can we expect from this game? Even without Wembanyama, the Spurs have the depth and coaching to handle a depleted Pelican squad. San Antonio has done an excellent job building a well-rounded roster that doesn't completely collapse when their star sits out. Players like Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, and Keldon Johnson will need to carry the offensive load. For New Orleans, this is about fighting and showing pride. Brandon Ingram will likely need to have a monster game for the Pelicans to have any chance. CJ McCollum will also be crucial in creating offense. But realistically, asking this injury-riddled roster to compete with a team as hot as San Antonio is a tall order. The key factors to watch: can the Spurs maintain their defensive intensity without Wemby's rim protection? Will the Pelicans' remaining players show fight? Or will fatigue and frustration from constant losing take its toll? And how will the pace of play develop? Both teams might look to push tempo, which could impact whether we see that over-under of 238.5 get tested. Advanced computer simulations have run this game scenario thousands of times, and the projections lean toward the total going under, with a projected combined score around 230 points. The spread analysis also heavily favors one side, though smart bettors always do their own research before placing wagers. This game tips off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time from the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. You can catch all the action on Peacock, so make sure you're tuned in if you want to see how this one plays out. While this might not be the marquee matchup we'd hoped for with all these injuries, there's still plenty to watch. Can the Spurs continue their impressive season and prove they're not just Wemby dependent? Will New Orleans find any spark to snap their losing streak? These are the questions that make basketball fascinating, even when circumstances aren't ideal. My prediction: I think San Antonio covers that 9.5-point spread. Their depth and system should overwhelm a Pelicans team that's simply too shorthanded to compete consistently for 48 minutes. But hey, that's why we play the games. Basketball's unpredictable and crazier things have happened. What do you think? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Are you riding with the Spurs? Or do you see the Pelicans pulling off an upset at home? Thanks for watching and enjoy the game tonight. We'll catch you in the next one. As a single mom, your support means everything to me. Please subscribe for more updates and stories like this. Thank you.